to episode 9 of Deals and Dates with your favorite Long Island real estate couple. Today, we will be talking about success as a young couple. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so let's kind of define what we think success is in our own eyes.
I feel like my definition changes every single day. Or I feel like something pops up. But for me, I truthfully think success is waking up happy every day. It's not necessarily the money behind it or, what you have. I think it's just being able to wake up every single day with a smile, wanting to get out of bed.
Mm-hmm. I think that yours is, like I'm speaking for you.
Yeah.
But
oh, please.
Financial freedom, being happy, being able to spend time with your family. You find success in building yourself up to the point where you could focus on what matters most, family
100%.
and just living life.
Yeah.
Me too. But I do have kind of a different view on it, I guess. It's not so much just about like the financial. I just have like a lot of fulfillment in our business and being productive and building a legacy within the real estate world, I think, is how I see success. And to be known for our integrity, to be known for being a real estate couple, I just want to build up to.
No, 100%. Our success kind of intertwines, and it didn't happen because like we felt like we had to mesh to each other. Like I think it's just that's part of the reason why we're together. A lot of our goals are the same. Our success. You're just building off of what I said. Like I know very much your success is being happy too. That's the biggest thing you want in life. But you're right. I want the same thing. I want to have a legacy. I want to start something that no one in our family's ever done. Yeah.
Success within our relationships with our clients and build upon that.
Yeah.
But we do have those differences and the similarities through our success. Like you said, Our differences is, I'm looking not for quick success, but I constantly want these little successes that we could, have.
No, you want like different you want to hit different milestones, I guess you can call it.
Yeah.
But like when different things happen, you want it to be, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. You got it. I don't have to explain myself.
And so what do you think the success is within our business? Like how do you see success within the real estate world for us?
It's so, I guess for us is right now our focus is having successful relationships. That's like having the clients, fulfilling the clients in our best way possible, servicing them right, but not even that, building a good relationship with them, right? A big thing that we've been enjoying now is after the process is over, wanting to continue being friends or wanting to continue have a friendly relationship with our clients, a long-term relationship.
Definitely. I think that aside from what's going on now, like our long-term success, we have goals to, sell 50 plus houses a year, even more than that. That's probably lowballing it, hundreds of houses a year. And this is just the beginning for us. So closing a certain amount of deals and then being able to target a certain amount of revenue to be able to use real estate as our income for the rest of our life and being able to kind of keep on top of what we're making per year and making sure that we're investing back into our business. We have money for us to go out and enjoy ourselves, have money for our family, and just be able to support us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like what you got to say.
Yeah.
You're smart. She's usually always right. We argue, but
okay.
It turns out she's right.
Where's like the success within our relationships with our clients? Like, how do you think that we form those relationships and that we're able to maintain them and keep them long term and create that friendly relationship like you were talking about?
I mean, I'm sure you can relate to this as well. Our honesty, our approach to it, we don't hide anything. Like we have, when you sit down with us, we go through a presentation. Why? Not because we're trying to wow you, because we're trying to lay everything out so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Mm-hmm. And I think that we do that since we tell them this is what it's going to cost you to buy a house. This is where all your money's going. This is how the process works. This is when you should start. Since we give it to everyone, we instantly build that trust right off the bat. We instantly start that relationship in a positive way so that when they go under contract, that when they finally move into their house, they still think of reaching out to us. Like our clients text us every day. Jackie and Bailey, we talk to them all the time, and they got a house in September, right? And we still have a good relationship with them, sending us videos of them house, sending us videos of them putting floors in. That's like the biggest thing. We just start off on the right foot with the trust.
Definitely. And transparency is super important because if we're willing to provide so much value up front on the first meet, you know where the relationship's going.
Yeah.
Because they see that we provide value right off the bat, and we want to help them, and we want to fulfill their needs, and we're truly invested in it. And I think that shows right off of the bat. So that's why they trust us so much and come back to have a long-term relationship with us.
Yeah.
We invest a lot of time into our clients, and it's you see it. There's times where we are now under contract and we really don't have to be in communication as much because it's really not in our power anymore. But we still want to be. We still want to give them updates, and we still want to check in on them because we know that they're still anxious until they hit the closing table. They're anxious when they hit the closing table. So being able to stay that resource and stay that guide and answer all their questions and redirect them to the right people is what we do best.
I think that's also the biggest thing too, is we tell them, hey guys, this is what to expect from us on the process. And not only do we commit to what we tell them we're going to do, we almost over-fulfill it, right? We tell them, hey guys, we're going to send you properties every morning, and we do it. Hey guys, you guys can call us 24/7, text us at any time, call us at any time. If we're available, we're going to answer, and we do it. And I think since we tell them, hey guys, this is what we're doing for you, and we actually go through with it, that also builds that layer of trust.
Yeah, and these long-term relationships where every client that we've guided through the process, both selling and buying, I truly believe that they would come back to us if they needed another real estate service. If they had a friend or a family member or a coworker they needed to buy or sell, I think that we would be the first call. Why? Because not only did we guide them to success, we also stayed a friend and we stayed a resource, and we were there every step of the way.
And I didn't tell you this, but when I just got off the phone before with our new client, we were going through the documents, and he goes, I believe you guys seem like very honest and trustworthy people. Like, I completely believe what you're saying. Like, I'm not worried about it at all.
Yeah.
And like that's part of it. We don't hide stuff. We tell you the truth.
I mean, yeah.
we don't tell you what you want to hear. We tell you what you need to hear. And at the end of the day, when you're purchasing a home, that's what you need. You need someone who's going to be kind to you, who's going to walk you through the process, who's going to understand your anxiety. Trust me, Natalie understands the anxiety behind it. I understand the anxiety behind it. And to have someone who understands you and who's going to actually help you through the process, not get mad at you when you don't want that one house.
So building on success, there obviously needs to be growth within our business and us as people. So what does our professional growth look like? How do you think that we're investing back into our business to grow and be there for our clients and be a better ourselves every day as a resource?
When we think of putting money back into a real estate business, it's not, what can I buy to make me look better? It's what can I buy that will help my clients? Like, for instance, we bought a email sender. I forget what it's called.
Email marketing.
Yeah, we bought email marketing, and not so that we can spam our clients, so that
we can provide value. As simple as it is.
So when they get an accepted offer, not only are we on the phone telling them, they have a reference to look back to. We're always looking into new ways on how we remove stress and anxiety from our clients' life. And how can we make this stress, the process less stressful? Because there's a bunch of anxiety involved. You're buying a home. You're buying $700,000, $800,000 home. You're gonna have anxiety, and so that's like our whole mindset behind it. How can I remove some of that from them and put more clarity into their life?
Yeah, we're always learning, and we're always developing, like we said, the email marketing. We're looking to get into someone that overlooks our social media and build that, obtain more clients that way, obtain more relationships, have more quality conversations. So we're always figuring out how can we market to our ideal client and be able to create these long-lasting relationships that we could be a resource for all to come. We also try to learn different things within real estate. So not only, obviously, we do the residential and we're looking to help people buy, sell houses, but there's some clients out there that want to buy co-ops and buy condos, and we educate ourselves on that as well, because it's important to know, what you're getting yourself into. Not only a house and a co-op are two different things, but if we're educated on co-ops and condos, we could, fill you in and make sure that you're getting the best service possible.
And if we don't, we have resources around us that do. I think that's a good thing. We don't overstep our boundaries. If when our clients have questions about mortgage or about financing, because that's probably the biggest thing involved with a home, like how am I going to purchase it? We don't overstep our boundaries. If we know, we say, hey, this is what it is. If we don't, we say, hey, I'm not 100% sure, but don't worry, I have someone for you.
We redirect the questions for you and then bring it back to you. Or we'll start up the group chat with the resource that we do have, and then we'll all be able to collaborate. We're always making sure we're giving out the most effective and efficient information, because that's ultimately what's going to get you to the finish line. And I think that professional growth also comes with staying current and being updated on the market. The market is frequently changing, and being able to provide our clients with this service and being able to provide them with the information and where they're at in the process is important, because a market maybe 2 months ago isn't what it looks like now. We could just say from experience, starting to slow down a little bit. There's not so much activity on open houses, and relaying that to our clients to say, you know what, maybe this is a point in time where we don't have to go crazy over asking, and maybe we could communicate with the agent a little more and figure out what the seller's ultimately looking for. Right now, I feel like people are just trying to get a deal done, and we're always updating our clients with what's going on. It's important.
I think a big thing that helps us too is we say it off the bat. Listen, guys, you're never going to make a rush decision. You're going to make an informed decision, and not only do we follow through with it, but we're the ones who are providing them the information. Like, let's say, for instance, there's a house. We're gonna show you, hey, this is what's sold. Hey, we discussed, this is where we want to stick around monthly. This is what we think it's gonna have to look like to ultimately get you the house. And based off this is what it's gonna look like monthly. And then we give you all the information. And does it make sense? What I said, what?
You repeated something.
I usually do, anyways. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, aside from success within our growth of our business, what does it look like for our relationship? I know we've touched upon this in other podcast episodes, but how are we maintaining a strong relationship? We are, but it obviously gets hard when you're working with your partner, just because there's so much you're focusing on within your business that maybe you lose track of the relationship that, caused you to get where you are now. And we're still learning day by day. I think that we need to start setting boundaries for work hours, because when we tell you we're 24/7, we're 24/7. Like yesterday, it was like 4:30. We were eating dinner and we got a last minute confirmation from an appointment, and we literally jumped up, dropped dinner, and went to the appointment. We were an hour and a half away, and we sat in traffic. And it's just like, other people, I'm sure, would be like, it's late confirmation, let's reschedule. And we drop everything for. And I think it's sometimes we need to figure out, like, how can we
set those boundaries?
Set the boundaries.
But you're right. It's hard when you're so into it, when you're so driven, and you want it so badly, like the both of us. We sometimes struggle with that. We struggle to set the boundaries and focus on us sometimes.
Yeah, and I think that also maintaining our relationship calls for open communication, and sometimes we do fall short of that, just because we're so kind of like focused on the business and where we want to be within the next couple of years that we don't really talk about what's going on now and how we can grow a relationship now to get better for the future. That's something we're working on day by day and trying to figure out, how could we be more open and honest with each other while still growing both personally and together.
Are we running a real estate business, right? A relationship, I don't care what anyone says, a relationship is just like a business. You have to constantly feed it. You have to constantly take care of it. You have to put the energy into it. So the minute you stop putting energy into something, there's going to be some things falling out. So that's why naturally things happen. But trying to focus on both, trying to still maintain a good relationship together.
Yeah.
While also trying to run the business. There's
some challenges as well. I know we're focusing on like the strategies that we're putting in place, communication and honesty, but challenges that come with having a successful business at a young age is really time management. I could give an example, like on a Sunday, if my family's doing something, maybe they're hanging out in the backyard, and instead of staying home and spending time together and really focusing on now, we go on appointments from like 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then start hanging out. And it's something that we want to do, but we have to really figure out, like, okay, when is it time to step aside for a little bit, focus on us, focus on our mental health, and build our relationships within our family. But we're still figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Is there some lessons that we've learned about success? Like, has our point of view of success changed a little bit? What lessons have we learned? What do you think?
I think one big lesson that we've learned is focusing on now and what we can control. And this is something that we're still like working on, focusing on what we can control now, right? We want so much and we know we're going to achieve it. Focusing on what we can control right this second.
Yeah. I'll tell a story. When I think learning from failure is when we first started real estate. And we kept hearing, if a listing doesn't sell within the first 2 weeks, then it's not going to sell. And we took that actually personally because we didn't know any better. We were just starting out. So we had a listing and it was taking a while to sell. It was on a main road. And we kept saying, like, we have to accept an offer. Like, it's 2 weeks. That's that. Just hearing everyone else and then feeding us this information that wasn't even true. And then we kind of like were telling our seller, oh, we have to accept an offer. But thinking back at it now, we should have never done that. We should have never, it didn't go through the house just because personal reasons with the seller. But making sure that we are always working in our client's best interest and not taking all their information and taking it too literal, because it wasn't. It was false information that we implemented into our business, but we learned from that because we would never move forward with making those decisions ever again. It's in the seller's hands to make that decision. We're just there to advocate on their behalf and let them know what's on the table. They're ultimately going to accept it.
Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing, like learning from our failures.
I don't know what
that's how you get better every day. It doesn't matter what business you're in. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life. If you can take a failure and turn it into a learning opportunity, you are one step closer to success.
We do. I think we were talking about this actually the other day about some failures that we've turned. It was that one. I can't remember what the other one was, but
talk about it all the time. Car talks are nice.
Yeah. Do you think that, I know we're talking about like lessons learned. Do you think that there's like a client scenario that's went on that like kind of made you define your success at all? Like your view on success?
Yeah,
like helping a first-time home buyer or something?
Yeah. You hear a lot in the beginning. Transactions. Focus on transactions. Focus on just getting the person through, getting the person the house. And I remember the one client, honestly, I think our very first client, based off of just the relationship we built with them, that changed our entire perspective on, rather than worrying about getting just the transaction, getting the person the house. Based off that experience, now we're focused on relationships. Now we're focused on how can I become friends? How can I become a resource for this person? How can I build a long-lasting relationship?
Yeah. I think that another like inspiring moment was when we got our first listing and we kind of just did our thing and we didn't really let anyone else get in the way. That's when we sort of like dropped what we were hearing from other people and kind of tuning out the negativity and really focusing on what matters, and that was our relationships. The first listing that we got, the sellers actually listed with another agent for a year prior, and they got no offers and no open houses and whatever. And we sat at the table. They weren't open to signing, but then the next day they gave us a call back and they did sign, and we sold their house for $75,000 over the asking price, and that was our very first listing. So I think that was something that really showed us that, like, damn, we could do this. We have the potential to do this. It's our first listing. I can't imagine where it's going to take off. So it was a complex transaction. The first deal went through. We were able to overcome it, and that just showed us in the real estate world, you can't take things personally. And when things get hard, you just keep pushing because it's ultimately going to work out. Based off the service you provide, if you give 110%, you're going to get 110% out of it. And we did, because we helped them sell and we helped them buy 2 months later. So it's all about figuring out what success means to you and how to implement that into your business, how to take every day as a learning opportunity and build your business and build yourself up to where you want to be for the future. Let's take it to episode 10. Thank you for watching.